Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of my new series on App Inventor. Now, I've looked around for some video ideas and I decided to do App Inventor because I've recently done GCSE project and I was looking around on YouTube to try and find some tutorials for App Inventor, how to use some certain components inside the actual environment, and there was not a lot out there at all. I mean, there were some videos, some had poor quality and good quality audio, or they didn't have audio. There was some different language tutorials, and most of them were always on App Inventor 1 as well. But recently, since then, the new App Inventor 2 has come out, so I decided that we would just walk through it and I'll show off some components, and hopefully this will help you guys and you will enjoy what you're seeing. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. This is the main screen, link will be in the description, or you can just copy it from here. But this is your projects, and you just want to go start project and call it whatever. I'm just going to call it YouTube, just for the basics, and then just wait and it'll load straight into your project. So this looks a lot nicer than it did before, as you can see. Ignore that. This is the designer view as well, so this is what the app's going to look like here, and then you've got all of your components down the side that you can drag on to the screen. For example, if we wanted a button, you could drag the button on and we'd have a button on our screen, and we can just delete that quickly. And then up here we have another tab called blocks, and this is where you'd actually program the app. So actually, if we go back in and we just drag a button across, go back into our blocks, you can see we have the button down here, and if we click this, we will have all of the commands or certain things you can do with this button. Say for instance, when the button is clicked, you want it to do something else, you would do this, button.click, and then do whatever you want it to do inside. I'll go over this in a lot more detail, but first off we're just going to get this sort of set up, and show a little bit more stuff around. You can add different screens as well. So different screens means like sometimes that'll pop up, I don't know why it does, but for some reason it bugs out if you click no. So yes, so just click no, save empty screen, and it'll work fine. But up here you've got different screens, and so for example, if you had like a load of buttons on this screen and then you wanted, say, to click one of them and go to another screen, you just make another screen and just call it screen 2, and this is completely different, but you still got your buttons on screen 1, and you can flick between the two and just mess about with them, and it's pretty cool. Alright, so let's start by actually showing off some of the things. For a start, I think I'm going to go with the buttons. We're just going to jump straight in and I'll show you what you can do with these. Let's do text button. And then, right, so as you see, you can rename your component here and it'll rename in your blocks, but it won't actually rename on the button itself. For this, you need to scroll down and now see a box saying text and then text for button 1, which will be the same as what's actually in there. So this will be the text that you want to change. So we'll just go very simply and go hello world, and just see it will change inside the button. You can also change like the shapes and things of the button. It will slightly change the edge and stuff like that, but we're just going to leave it at rectangular for now. You got some choice of some different fonts. If you wanted a different font style, you can change the font size. You can have a background image on the button, which is also quite cool. You can go all of your different fonts here, background color. I think you can change the text color down here. Go yellow. It's really quite hard to see, so we change the background to a darker color. Makes it come out quite nice. Also, for changing the image, you can upload files in here as well, But what you can also do is upload files down here, and you can choose them from your desktop, and you can also use them images for backgrounds or image boxes or anything like that. Alright, so if we just grab a text box and pull it across, and we go, just delete the hint, because that's like the opaque text. No, it's not opaque, is it? Transparent text that's in the box. Sorry, I had a bit of a blank moment there. But if we go just width, fill parent just basically means it will go as far as it can until it reaches the end of the screen and it'll stop. Which is quite good for multi-devices. So if you have like, say for instance, a tablet like an iPad, or you have an iPhone, the bar will still fill the screen no matter which one you're on, because it will go to the edge of the screen and then it will stop, which is quite cool. So now if we go into our blocks, this is where we're going to get a little bit of programming down. You want to go to text button, drag in the click. So this checks for when the button's clicked, and when the button is clicked, we want it to set the text box 1 text 2, and then if we go into the text tab, we can grab a string and then just type in hello world. Now what this should do when we run it is when we click hello world, it will reply and say hello world inside the text box. Now hopefully this should work, but I'm gonna try and run an emulator now. I'll run this through in the next episode so you know how to do this, but it is quite, I don't know if I can get it up today because I haven't really set it up, but we can have a try. As you see, it might take a few minutes, but this is the App Inventor emulator that you can get inside App Inventor. But for it to work, you need to download the App Inventor AI. I'll put the link in the description, but literally just download that, install it, and it'll come like it did on my desktop, just like a little app. Double click it to run it. It'll be running in the background, I think, as you can see here. It'll be running in the background, just minimize it. And then come into the App Inventor website, click connect, and then go on emulator, and it will load your app into the emulator itself, which is quite cool if you don't have any Android devices that you want to use as an emulator. But I'll go through another tutorial with that if you want that in the future. I'll show you how to link up your phone with App Inventor and other things you can do with it. Now if we just wait a couple of minutes to should be kicking in now. 20 seconds. Now, I had a little bit of trouble with this the other day. For some reason it wouldn't actually load, and I didn't know why, but I'll take a look into it. Hopefully it loads today, cross fingers. Come on. Right, I'll probably just cut this bit out. Right, hello guys, and I'm back. That took a little bit longer than I expected. Obviously my AI was out of date, so if it is out of date, I'll do a tutorial on how to update that in the future. But you literally you update it through your little emulator, and it's quite cool actually. Just a quick tip anyway, if you do know how to update it and you are doing it while I'm doing it, when it pops up saying it's finished doing the update and it's finished installing, don't click open, click done, go to connect, reset connection, then reopen your emulator, and that should do the job. But as you can see here, we got our screen. It should look exactly the same as what's on here. You got your screen one, your hello world, and your text box, and then you got like the times are different, and this one's on Wi-Fi now, but that's none of the matter anyway. Right, so hopefully if this works correctly, when we click hello world, we should get a reply exactly the same saying hello world inside the text box. Now I'm hoping this really works. There you have it. Alright, so that is the basics of using buttons and text box and the commands and just running you through getting used to the environment. It's normally a good little tutorial to use if you're a first time programmer. The Hello World program is pretty much the first bit of code you learn, which is why it's good to use anyway. I love App Inventor because it's a high-end programming language, so easy to learn, and it also gets you sort of in the mindset for coding and programming. You can go on to then develop apps in different programming languages, like Java or C# or C++ and other high-end actual word languages that are out there. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is probably going to be the longest tutorial out of all of them that I'm going to do. The other ones are going to be quite short, quite quick and basic. I'm just going to be running through each component or a list of components, and I think next episode I'm going to be going on to the date picker. Actually no, I'll leave that to last, because that's going to be quite complicated. I'm going to show you about the databases. I'm going to go on to the list picker and probably the labels, and then I'll run through any other things. If you guys want any suggestions on what you want me to run through, then just comment in the description and I will show you how to do it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Adios.